everybody. Come on in. Come on in. Welcome to Popeye Live, Texas bikers. Bikers from all around the nation and the world. You know, I'm not going to be on a long time tonight, but I wanted to drop in and talk about a couple of things. Number one, this week, we learned a new word. Now, lawyers and people in that community know what the word is. And the new word, if you've been watching what's going on in Arizona, is spoliation. Spoliation. Yeah. So it's absolutely incredible that that the public is now finding out about this, because there's been a whole lot of spoliation going on for decades. And I would say the queen of spoliation would be Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton. But let me put something in the cube here and show it to you. I'm going to flip it around, and this is talking about spoliation of evidence. And the Florida bar is telling us that it's a double-edged sword. But realize this: spoliation of evidence, which is sometimes referred to as spoliation or destruction of evidence, is a cause for action which holds someone liable for neglecting or neglectfully or intentionally destroying material which is needed as evidence in litigation. Now, in the era of digital forensics, we've had a whole lot of spoliation going on. Now, that's the destruction of electronic evidence, like in Maricopa County in Arizona, where they deleted files that were on those voting machines. Now, those files are evidence in the investigation that's going on of what happened in 2020 in the election process. And yes, I'm going to say the words here on YouTube. Understand, we are recording this. But as I look back at all the digital evidence that has been destroyed over the years, for different reasons, other than the 2020 election, and now, we need to look at the 2018 election. This is what we need to do. So, it's a new word for us, but I can see many ways this can be used in civil lawsuits also. So we are going to keep track of this, and everybody should be talking to their legislator about spoliation. Let's hammer them hard. Let's hammer them hard. And we see many areas we can use this in our battle for motorcycle rights. Many areas. So let's keep track of it. Let's learn about it. Let's know what it is and what it is not. And like they said, it can be a double-edged sword. Just like using evidence of your text messages and stuff like that, that can go two ways. So it's something to think about. It's something to talk to our our legislators and congressmen and people like that. It's a righteous thing. And let me move this back around before I forget it. There we go. But I also wanted to come on tonight and talk about our program that's going to be on tomorrow night, 7:30. It's going to be about Waco 7 years later. Now, this may not be what you think it's going to be, because what we're going to be looking at is the behavior of law enforcement, the courts, the prosecutors, and compare them to what's going on today. What's going on today is much of it is the remnants of what happened on May 17th, 2015. And like I said, we're not choosing sides. We're not doing anything like that. We're talking strictly about law enforcement and the law. And the tragedy that it was, everything that went on. Days before, maybe months before, the day of Twin Peaks, law enforcement's involvement, and then the courts and the prosecutors. OG and I are going to be talking about it. We got involved shortly after May 17th. And we'll talk about some of the groups that helped us. There were bikers, there were non-bikers. There was a lot of people that gave help to each rally we had there in front of the courthouse, to the day it all ended. It all ended. And just remember that it ended with not a single conviction and one trial that ended in a mistrial. Not one conviction over 4 years. Not one proper investigation. Not one. But you know what? I'm going to save that tomorrow night. I'm going to save it. But hey, I also want to show you a video, if I can get it to work here. And let me flip this around. This is kind of interesting. I really do. So let's take a look at this. And here we go.
They run when they could walk. Race up steps when others take it slow. When Joe Biden's president, America is just going to have to keep up.
I hope you could hear that. I don't know if you could. You might let me know. Anyway, it was talking about being able to keep up with Biden. The country is going to have a hard time keeping up with Biden. But you know what? That's true. He's causing a disaster in every arena. And he's telling us you got to follow the plan. You got to follow the plan. Well, what plan is that? Because you got all kinds of plans for all kinds of BS that they're not going to get done. And really, I really hope that that the potato head stays where he's at. Stays where he's at. But then again, the hoe that's his running mate and his VIP is she may be just as bad, because all she seems to be concerned about is her new house and getting it ready to move into. So I guess she's not moving into the Naval Observatory, which is the traditional residence of the vice president. I don't know how to put a finger on what she's doing or not doing. We know she's not at the border. We know she doesn't give a damn about it. So we know that's not going to get done. Although, the potato head is going to have to reverse some of its decisions. And one of those would be his, I think it was in 2017, 2018, President Trump had said we needed to increase our intelligence and abilities to handle cyber attacks. And yes, when Biden, or the potato head, came into power, he immediately reversed all those decisions. So now he may have to turn around, and this may be one of the regulations that has to be put back in place. That's what I'm saying. But everybody, that's all I had for tonight, really. That's all I had. We'll be on tomorrow night, Waco, 7 years later, 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That would be May 17th, 2021. Hope you'll join us, and it should be interesting. We'll have a lot to say. With that, everybody, I hope you're enjoying your Sunday night. It's been raining most of the day here in Texas. Right now the sun is out, but everything is drenched. So unusual for this time of year. But hey, everybody, if you don't have a motorcycle, buy one. Come ride with us. If you're in the DFW area, give us a buzz. We'll go have a beer or some lunch. Bye-bye, everybody. See you tomorrow night.